Hello, I'm going to talk about the KWL comprehension strategy in science. And we're going to talk about adaptations. We're going to do kindergarten, third, and eighth grade. For kindergarten, we're going to read a book, Animals That Sting. Pretty simple, but for kindergartners, you're going to want to read aloud. Read aloud to them, great pictures. And pre-reading, so before you read the book, before the kids read the book, you're going to ask the questions, what do you know or what do you think you know about animals that sting? The second part is what do you want to know? And you can let the kids look through the book, maybe just the pictures, not reading it. That might bring up some questions for them. And then you're going to, as you read the book, you're going to read this out loud, and the kids can follow along. You're going to ask them to think of questions about what did you learn through the book. And you can follow up with teacher-led questions. Why are stingers a good way for animals to defend themselves? And you can have group discussions on this. And you can also talk to them about hibernation, the simple things like that. Hibernations, why are polar bears white? There's lots of reasons animals have adaptations, like stingrays, and why do they sting? Then you're going to go on to another strategy. Could be most of the kids can't read. You could use simple words or use pictures. You could allow them to possibly cut up their book. All these are printable. So pictures might be the best way to do a chart like this. As you move to third grade, you're going to do amazing animal adaptations. And you're going to start out brainstorming. This is pre-reading. Brainstorming, I'm going to talk about what's adaptation, how do things adapt, how to survival, things like that, and that'll get the kids thinking. And then we'll go through a list of questions. What do you know? What do you think you know? Next would be the W. What do you want to know? This could be incorporated with books. You could let the kids explore, research on the computer. They'll come up with questions or ideas of what they want to know. After that, you're going to have the kids read this book, and you might want to group them together, and they can take turns reading, or you can read it out loud. And after that, the teacher will go on to lead, what did you learn? As the students are reading, they're writing questions about, or they're writing statements, facts, things that they learned. This is going to be right as they read, during their reading, or immediately after. You don't want to give it time, an hour after lunch or anything like that the next day. It's immediate as they're writing. And they can also come up with what did you learn from the other sources that they have. As we move to eighth grade, you're going to go on Epic. It's going to be a digital book, and I picked Little Killers. It's more interesting, a lot more in depth, different kind of animals, different kind of insects, but again, the adaptations. And this is going to be more student-led. You're going to group the kids up into groups of 3 to 4, and before you even give them the Epic book, you're going to go through this chart. So each group will have a blank chart with the K, what do you know? The W, what do you want to know? The L, what did I learn? So the kids, before reading, they're going to fill out the K and the W, and they're going to group together and brainstorm together. So that group will have a chart just like this, and they're also going to be able to have computer time to do research. They'll have resources in the room that they can walk around and talk about. They'll grab different books. This book has a lot of information, so I think each group will have really different ideas. Their charts aren't going to look exactly the same, but I think they'll learn from each other. It's a great way to have them ask questions to the other groups, how they might do it differently. And again, it's a great way for the students to branch out, show leadership skills, speaking skills, cooperation, and, of course, what they've learned, their comprehension skills from the books. After that, they could use a bubble chart. This is later. They could use a bubble chart, like a main idea, or one animal and all their different adaptations. Or you could do adaptations in the different insects or bugs, animals that adapt in many different ways. Anyway, the 8th grade is more of a student-led, and again, they'll each have a KWL chart, and they'll be able to fill that out and present that to the entire class. Thank you.